I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission,
What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday at 4:20. You know what that means. I'm doing the damn thing. Bridget's doing the damn thing. We're doing it like one big, happy, dysfunctional family. This is still Nerdy News at 4:20. I am still your host, a chef by trade and a mark by choice. I am the Will Gray. And joining me today, as always, per the usual, it's everybody's favorite Hex. It's Bridget. Bridget, how are you?
I'm good. Local swamp hag is here, chilling like a villain. Yeah, what's up with you? How you been? What have you been up to?
I have been playing RuneScape, like a lot. That pretty much has encompassed my life. That and Big Brother. I haven't seen
weird.
Sundays. Yeah.
It's a weird balance, but okay.
Yeah, RuneScape and Big Brother, essentially. Travis, what's up? Good to see you. Quan's here. Scals is here. AJ's here. Al is here. I've got
here.
5. You can have 2. I don't even know what she's talking about. A giant basket of cucumbers. That's what she's talking about.
Wow. What's your favorite cucumber-centric dish?
Pickles.
That doesn't count.
Oh, why? I think I could make a dish pickle centric. Yes. My favorite, honestly, this time of year, with them coming into season and tomatoes being just at the peak of tomato season, one of my favorite things to do is I do it for the catering company during the summer, and it's just marinated summer veggies. And I'll make or buy a really nice zesty Italian vinaigrette, depending on if I'm in a hurry or not. And I'll cut a cucumber up real thinly sliced julienne red onions, some cherry tomatoes, some feta cheese, and just put that shit in a Tupperware and shake it up. And then as you get hungry, just spoon it into a fucking bowl. It's delicious. It's one of my favorite ways to eat cucumbers.
That sounds delicious.
Scal says I had him at feta cheese.
Honestly,
what about you? Are you a cucumber person?
I will eat a salted cucumber, just also a cucumber sandwich. It's pretty good. Even though it's
do like a good cucumber sandwich with
dated finger sammies,
with like cream cheese and dill and stuff like that. Fuck yeah, so like a traditional tea sandwich.
Yeah.
Donna, we've got some bangers coming from Nintendo Direct. They started dropping trailers 16 hours ago, and then this morning with the Indie Direct showcase, like tons of good content coming. But before we get to work, I've got to do the thing and say the words. If you're watching on twitch.tv/Rivet City Radio, it is free to do everything except for subscribe. We'll talk about later. If you're watching on youtube.com/Rivet City Radio, it is free to do all the things in all the places. Click the bells, get notified when we go live. Bridget, it's time to get to work.
Yeah, let's do
host picks. All right, I've got 4 host picks. Mine, yours, and Al's are all trailers. AJ has an article. Do you want to do the article first and then just go straight into trailers?
Let's do an article. Yeah, let's see what we can. Let's read and
we'll start
and
there with some literacy.
Yeah.
This is coming from IGN. Jesse Sheeden. Power Rangers Prime is a new beginning for the franchise. Experience the Power Rangers like you've never seen them before. Boom. In big capital bold letters. Studio's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series has long since established itself as one of the best licensed comics on the stands. This series has spent years building on the foundation on the beloved TV series. I had to sound my way through that one. And establishing new Power Rangers characters like Lord Draken and the Ranger Slayer. That sounds dope. But that all finally came to an end this summer with the release of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour 1. An 8-year saga has come to a close. The good news is, boom, and another big boom in capital letters.
Baby. Who says that? Yeah. Cyborg?
Jesse Sheeden, yeah, Cyborg. Jesse Sheeden writes it, apparently, in 2 paragraphs back to back. Isn't finished with the franchise by any means. That said, they aren't simply relaunching the series with a new #1 issue and a new status quo. The publisher has something more ambitious in mind. Cue Power Rangers Prime. Why are you writing in shit like that in your article? A completely fresh start for the franchise that shares more than a little in common with Marvel's Ultimate Universe. The new series
this guy who's writing this.
I'm going to stop reading because he does it in every paragraph. Essentially, the new series is written by MMPR writer Melissa Flores. Not to be confused with Mandy Flores, if you know, you know, and illustrated by Iron Fist's Michael Yeg. So essentially, they're going to give it a new comic series, a whole new feel to it. Okay, I hate ads. I'm not subscribing on 2 different accounts. Don't subscribe at all. If you subscribe on one, don't subscribe on your alts. We make more money if you watch the ads. I know they suck. I like to put black pepper on cucumbers. Black pepper and cream cheese on a cucumber is another banging combination. BBC, nothing wrong with that. A poor sheltered soul. I will explain to you later what that means. How are you feeling about new Power Rangers?
I'm into it. I'm not like a huge Power Ranger, which is what I think that their fans should be called, like Power Rangers. But I did watch some of them. I had a VHS of the dinosaur one. I'm a big Yellow Ranger fan because I thought pink was too girly growing up. But these days I am leaning to the pink one on account of my love of pink. So yeah.
Well, that's
about you?
Passable. Original US series, yes. The TV show from Japan. I just recently found this out. You ready for this? Most Power Rangers fans know that it came from a Japanese show, right? When they reshot the US version of it, they took the Japanese show and brought it to America, but they reshot everything when the characters are out of their suits, okay? In Japan, the Pink Ranger was also a female Super Sentai. Thank you, Quan. The Pink Ranger was a female character in Japan and in the States, okay? In Japan, the Yellow Ranger was a male character. And in the States, the Yellow Ranger was a female character. That's why in their suits, the Pink Ranger has a skirt on her suit and the Yellow Ranger doesn't, because in Japan, the Yellow Ranger was a man and they didn't take the time to reshoot it.
I love that little bit of trivia that you have.
That's mostly because it's from the first generation. Let's be real. Like that's where the vast most of my knowledge with the Power Rangers comes from, is because I was here like when it happened.
Yeah, fair. But still,
look at you knowing shit. That's rare. I do know a few things about
No, I actually appreciate it more. I appreciate it more from you than I do from Taekwondo, because it's like not surprising, but it's like refreshing. You know, it's like, oh, let's figure out what Will knows a lot about that isn't a long-winded explanation.
Everything I do is a long-winded explanation. There's no getting around that. Well, there's a game where you date anime women and learn how to do taxes. Hex, that sounds an awful lot like your host pick. Shall we?
Yeah. Let's begin.
This is from the Indie World Showcase from Nintendo Direct today. Literally, the game is called Date Everything. Here we go. We're gonna date everything, Hex.
Let's do it
together collectively with a group watching.
Hey there! They say home is where the heart is. And that's especially true for this next game.
That's right. Household objects, appliances, and even concepts turn into eligible love interests in a game in which you can...
I want it now.
Date pretty much everything.
With 100 dateable characters, there are plenty of...
100 is so many.
To choose from.
Why is the vacuum so thick? Why do you look like that?
Listen, the window, the cabinet.
Shelly the shelf.
Shelly the
Time to
shelf?
despise Doug. Your
Doug
overwhelming
is
sense of existential
I can fuck a vacuum?
You can date.
I'll pass on Doug.
Date.
Fall in love with
Why
the
does
lamp?
Doug look like a swole, like strong sad?
Did you know that you could even date the game itself?
Lux.
Why don't I introduce you to Textbox-Tron?
Engage in flirtatious, branching dialogue with these fully voiced characters as you get to know them and form meaningful relationships.
Perish the thought, swashbuckler.
Look, Hex, I don't yuck any yums.
Bring your best dating
I'd
game
always say
because your
different
choices
doesn't mean
result
wrong.
Not
It
just
just
in
means
love,
different.
but
You can
also
do-
in friendship.
No,
Or even
but
understand.
the most interesting part
Follow the
here
object
that
of
we
your
should
affection when Date Everything
be
launches on
impressed with
Nintendo Switch
is
October 24th.
the character design for each utensil, appliance, furniture item. I think that it's really cool that they've taken like, okay, how do we turn a character into a
AJ's real
stove?
quick.
Like, how do we turn a stove into a character? Listen, AJ, this is where
Where'd she go?
dating
There she is.
sim
Oh no.
I am the local simulation game person. That's what we're here for with me. That's what you're going to get. Cozy games and mostly just cozy games. So yeah, I'm into it. I think it's cool. I will
You know what it
probably buy
reminds
it.
me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of those mobile ads where you start watching it and it's like where you're playing a game and it comes up and it's like, play this game. And it's always like, oh no, do I get mad because my girlfriend's cheating on me, or do I join them? Like, that's what that reminds me of. And I know you know what I'm talking about.
Do you dump her, or do you?
That's 100% what that game is, Hex.
It's better than that, though. It's better than that. It's not gonna like. It's deeper than that, Will.
It might be. I'll let you play it, and then you can give us reviews, because I'm with AJ. I'm not quite 0%, because I never thought I would start playing an MMO again, and here I am.
Listen, if you want this demographic, then yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here to bring in the girlies that love.
If you get this game, I will produce so that you can stream it, just so I can see if it gets views. I'm that curious about it. Like,
that's enough. I will take that. I'll take it.
Let's do Al's host pick, then mine. Al's host pick is for the movie Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. She's a big DC gal. Superman, like that's the move. Superman over Iron Man kind of thing, like DC over Marvel.
Slightly triggered by DC information, but
nobody's perfect, Tex.
That was a part. I played the part.
We can't judge her for that.
No, I love Superman. He's my favorite.
Hands down, he was Superman from day one.
I realized that if I could pull off this part, it would change my life.
Bridget.
John Houseman said Mr. Reeve is very important.
No, just Superman. Fuck Batman.
Unless, of course, they offer you a...
Do you know the opposite of Christopher Reeves?
Who is the opposite?
He convinced
Christopher Walken.
that he would fly.
Doing things on the gut. It was all about activity and action.
Wow.
Riding bikes, playing soccer, skiing.
You get it?
No, but I do. I do.
You get it?
Yeah. Thank you.
You gave this wave.
I'm never not gonna make that joke, by the way.
That was the last time I saw.
No, yeah, I literally got like a 1-hour lecture on the DC, the new
Mr. Reeve currently has
DC
no
yesterday,
respiration.
and I'm not joking when I say an hour.
Just that simple little thing.
That's why we're cut from the same cloth, Juan.
My life and
I had this trailer in my playlist for Thursday.
Well,
this is your notice to take notes on which ones I'm playing. Then I'm not sure if any of the rest of them will be.
And she
though,
just yelled,
AJ.
"I love you, I love you." And then she
Aww.
said the words
That is sad.
saved my life. You're still you, and I love you.
That's so fucking crazy.
That is wild.
To like go from Superman,
Robin also had
and for this to happen to you is like so fucked.
Darkness.
Brother Chris is fighting like crazy. When you find people
From
who
a
fight
horse.
like that, but still keep
And then you
their
think about
humanity,
like
that
Sonny
gives people
Bono,
hope.
Cher's husband,
That is tough.
who died in a
I
freak
can feel him,
like
but just
skiing
can't feel him.
accident when he hit a tree.
Must have been hell for my mom too. Knowing
You know what I mean? Like that
she had
shit's
lost.
terrifying.
There's a lot of skiing accidents that make me feel like
I
this
felt
is
I
why
needed
it's a
to
white
do
people thing and
something,
not a
just
black
for
people
myself.
thing.
Whoa,
generally.
It's a rich white people thing. Let's clarify that.
Right. You're right.
All right, because it's not a.
Huge.
I don't even think I can classify as a normal white person at this point.
Most winter sports are white people, rich white people things, because
Or Canadian. Canadians play a lot of winter sports.
yeah, which is
Sent you
fair.
a little thing on IG to show. Copy that. Let me see if I can find it. Canadians are.
What is a hero? My answer was that a hero is someone who commits a courageous action without considering the consequences. Now my definition is completely different. I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles.
I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Lovely. It's giving. Do you want to cry? Then come on down and watch this movie. Come on down and watch this movie. Do you want to cry tears, whether you know anything about Christopher Reeve or not?
Where did the picture go that I just saved? There it is. Al sent me this. This is her proof. She was like, this is how long I've been obsessed with Superman. This is her at Christmas opening up her Superman doll.
Oh my god.
Little
Oh my
baby.
God. So
Little
cute.
baby Al. There you have it.
It's so cute.
My host pick is Atari. They're announcing the 7800, which is an
Oh my God.
HDMI ported
Oh my
Atari that will be able to play the old cartridges.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's right here. That Superman. Christopher Reeve didn't buy a car because the ad mentioning horsepower. From DC to Marvel. Have you ever played an Atari game at all, Bridget?
No, I don't. If I did, it was like on a like arcade game type of situation. I never had or owned one of those, or had a friend that owned one of those. Yeah, so no.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Like Pac-Man, yeah, but not on a,
Everybody's played Pac-Man. Pitfall is a great one. Crystal Castle is a great game. I think of the EDM artist Crystal Castles anytime I hear that. But Pitfall is voted. It's always up there with like Ghosts and Goblins and shit as being like one of the hardest games to complete, because a lot of these Atari games also didn't necessarily have a end. You know what I mean? They were just coding where they would just repeat, kind of like the original Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of these were. That's the replacement one. The cape came off in the original one. It's floating around somewhere. I think it's behind the other bookcase. Pong is a great example. Gonna go crazy, says Donna. Hey yo, Timmy's in the house.
Hey yo.
The last I heard was that Tommy loves the D. We're about to watch a trailer for Cuisinier. It's a Nintendo Switch game. Dungeon crawler, restaurant sim. You sent it to me. I have to let you know, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I played a video game on Switch the other night. It was called Overcooked.
It was called Yeah, everybody knows what Overcooked is, Will.
Okay, I had never played it until the other night, Bridget. And oh my god, dude!
Did you play it with Al, or were you yelling at her?
Playing.
Oh, were you yelling at everybody?
Dude, I swear to God, I was like, I was making
yes,
calls. I was like, I'm doing dishes. Somebody cut the fucking onions. Making
and it's
all
like
day
they're
calls.
not crying
like,
because of the onions. They're crying because you're being mean.
5 tomatoes, 5 lettuce. Somebody cut them. I'm doing fucking dishes till those salads are done.
No, I love it. Overcooked is very fun, very hard. Because you walk and it's in theory it should be easier, but you can like trip over and fall and do all kinds of shit. Also, I recommend Moving Out for anybody who's into Overcooked. Moving Out is also very funny.
Well, this is Cuisinier. This is a new one that's a dungeon crawling restaurant sim.
I picked this for you.
After playing Overcooked, I'm actually ready for it. Like, I think I might buy Overcooked just to have it on my Switch.
Yeah.
Just
I believe it's on PlayStation as well, but yeah.
I could get it for my PC, I guess, since I have one of those now.
I don't know if it's cross-platform, though.
Oh. Well, I don't have friends.
You just said you were playing with 4 people.
Well, yeah, I mean, like real life friends. Yes, I have real life friends.
See, I don't have those.
3 of them apparently. The rest, I have 3 real life friends, and then the rest of my friends are you guys digitally.
Weaponize your utensil. Look, she's got a fucking.
That's a meat tenderizer. I'm gonna be 100% honest. 1, I love everybody in the chat, all of my friends. Thank you guys for being here. But 2, if I were to be in a kitchen, people a lot of times are like, I'm gonna grab my chef's knife, or a lot of people, my butcher knife. I hate it when people call it that. But I'm gonna grab my chef's knife. No, the top item for bludgeoning somebody is a fucking meat tenderizer or a rolling pin.
I definitely have the rolling pin, and I would beat the shit out of somebody with it.
Uh-huh.
Like I can't. I don't want to have to get too close to stab you. I want to be able to slap. See, this is my type of shit. Oh gosh. Yep.
I used to sleep with a sock over a baseball bat next to my bed.
You were concerned about something then, I'm assuming. Because there's no reason to just be like that for no reason.
Are you? I may or may not have had a person or two come through my back door in the middle of the night when I was sleeping.
Are you from the hood? Yes.
That was cool. I mean, it looks like a little bit like Legends of Zelda and then like a cooking video game. I mean, I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah.
I come through, you come in my back door, Quad. Huge difference between those two things. I would play it. I would honestly, like, again, like after playing Overcooked, I'm probably going to get it on my Switch. And now that I've played that and had fun, I'm like, okay.
And we can play together. I love
Look
Overcooked.
at that. Co-op. I'm here for it. That one we did. This is an article coming from comicbook.com. This is from Cameron Bonamalo. That sounds like a made-up name. Everybody Still Hates Chris premiere date announced with first look. The Everybody Hates Chris animated sequel series premieres on Comedy Central in September. 15 years after the sitcom about Chris. 15 years since the season finale. Yeah, you're almost old, Bridget. How's that feel? 15 years after the sitcom about Chris Rock's childhood ended its 4-season run on the CW, Everybody Still Hates Chris. Comedy Central announced Monday that adult animated series, a revival of the Rock-narrated Everybody Hates Chris, which stars Tyler James Williams in that
In 2
role.
years, ittle be 10 years since I graduated college, and I want to vomit. So.
That's hilarious because my 20-year high school reunion is this October.
Wow.
Is when we're doing the event for it. Yeah. Rock is executive producing and will voice adult Chris, who narrates the life story of his teenage self, voiced by Saturday and Fright Crew's Tim Johnson Jr., replacing Williams, and his experience growing up as a skinny nerd in a working class family in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn during the late 1980s.
The late 1980s is crazy to hear, by the way. Like, why does that feel like offensive?
Rochelle pissed me off. What's up, ABJ? Thanks for stopping by. I loved Everybody Hates Chris. I thought that was a cool ass show. I don't know necessarily if I'm super hyped to hear about fucking middle school Chris. You know what I mean? And high school Chris.
No, I am not like a big person on like those types of sitcoms. But like, like Fuller House. Like these are things that people are not actually wanting. They like the old nostalgia of it, but they're not necessarily asking for where are they now or where were they before then. So
never watched Fuller House, not once.
Yeah, me either.
Didn't give a shit about it. They're also doing what was it? We just talked about it on Thursday, I think. The butler from the original Bel Air, fucking Fresh Prince, apparently is coming back in a new role in the new one. No? Is that not what I heard?
No, I don't want it though. I don't
Oh
want it.
no! Like I remember, for some reason, I think that was what I heard. I'll double check it and find the article, and we'll come back to it. We talked about it on Thursday, or it may have just been in one of the other chats, and it goes with what we've talked about so many fucking times. It is. That's see, Scouse knows what I'm talking about. Scouse was there then. He knows what I'm talking. I'm not crazy. Can't be worse than the Prouder family. I remember that one as well. He's going to be on the show. Yeah, he's going to be in the new show, but he's from the original one.
Yuck.
Yuck is right.
Yuck.
Way to just fuck up our childhood.
And honestly, it's not even that. It's like we just, because I feel like that's a very heavy statement. My childhood is not fucked up because of these things. It's just like,
let's not give them that power. It's like the niche thing
nobody
people
cares.
say when they fuck
yeah,
with.
it is, and I understand. Yeah, it's like, leave us alone is really what I want to hear. Leave us.
The next one that we're going to, I'm
no.
kind of.
Have you ever heard of My Sims? Have you ever played it? No.
No.
Has
My
anybody ever
Sims
played My
Cozy
Sims?
Builder.
Please.
What the little bit I watched of it, this looks like something that Al is going to hijack my Switch for. Is what?
No, but like if you've ever played My Sims on the Game Boy Advance, I believe. Oh my god, it was like if you never had played Animal Crossing, then you have played My Sims.
I feel like Quan needs to be my friend Decent because he just went on a rant about that like recently on TikTok. Like, I just want to get them across the screen from each other and just let them debate.
Oh my god.
Just let them go.
My Sims is so fun. Oh. What I want to know is how many of these games that were discussed, how many of them were released today? Because, you know, they do that.
I was off. I said it's 10 seconds in, totally not playing it.
Fair.
I thought this would have been something she would have liked.
It's super cute. Available November 19th. That's very far away. I'm into it.
I don't think I'll play that one.
Fair.
This is my critique with some of these games, okay? Especially some of these indie games that are adapting this. I don't know the animation style, so I'm going to say this, and I apologize for you and Quan ahead of time. They all look like they're anime adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean by that? Like, they almost all kind of have the same look to them. Like,
so you're based on like all three that I have. Is that what you're saying?
No. Not just yours. Everything that not your picks specifically. No. Everything that I watched today in the indie showcase, they all kind of felt the same. They're video games, Quan. They're not a race of people.
No, but that's like why I like indie games. Is because they're not like AAA games that need to be at the height of graphic quality. These are people who are like you and me who are drawing or modeling on a 3D program that aren't like funded the way that these other companies are funded. But also I think that the climate right now is feeding into this like drawn style when it comes to indie games, like the cozy game, like the cozy game popularity is making this type of thing happen, and I'm into it. Like, not all cozy games are great, but I would say like I would credit Stardew Valley with really opening up the cozy game community, and I appreciate that because we all of us girls are like, you know, we like video games too.
No, I can respect it. Again, different doesn't mean wrong, just different.
Yeah.
One thing that I will appreciate, and yes, I was just kind of like my little minor critique was they all looked similar. I will say this about game development, though. In my free time, one of my hyper focuses outside of video games, I started a Code Academy account online, like the free coding software where you can learn how to code for free. And I'm like, halfway, 2/3 of the way my intro to HTML course, like learning how to build a digital clock on the screen and shit like that, right? They have an intro to game development, and I did the first lesson for it, and I was like, this might be the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, so I get it. Like, that shit's not easy to do. And to code an entire game, especially a game that has any real amount of gameplay and length to it, like, holy shit. I think about, like, not to go back to it again, but think about something like WoW or RuneScape or Destiny 2. You know what I mean? These open world MMO games where you're like, holy shit, it's literally a full-time job just to upkeep the code for the servers alone.
Especially like the worlds and the NPCs, you know, we're all like shitting on NPCs all the time, but like it's hard to code some of those reactions to your character playing, and I have some coding friends that are like, yeah, this shit is super intense, or like the issues that you have are like the type of things that are like, okay, where in this text did I fuck it up?
Well, they're like, it's so easy. All you've got to do is you've got the beginning and the end have to match, and then your element, which is your middle, like essentially like the way they show you, it's like, this is how to speak the language of coding in HTML. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Except they don't tell you when your code is 4,000 fucking lines and you forget a comma and a dash and a 2. And then you've got to figure out where in those 4,000 lines you're missing those 2 commands. And it's like, that's where it gets fucking monotonous. And I'm only coding like 10 lines right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine coding 50 or 60,000 for a video game. You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts.
It's a lot of like what my own mom does is this coding shit. And I'm like, what? Like what she tells me like is I'm like, what do you mean? You just like, you need to hit enter the whole time, and that was the issue, you know, like that type of thing.
Or you hit enter one too many times.
Or
there's a special gap that doesn't need to be there, and it's causing your shit just to randomly stop in the middle of what you're running.
Exactly.
Like, just kills your program in the middle of it because you just hit enter one too many times. And you're like,
pretty much.
Well, what the fuck? That shit is bad. You're absolutely right. And coding is alchemy for the bitches. SQL is the fucking worst. Let's do, this is a little bit of wrestling and a little bit of video game nerd stuff combined. There's a video that's attached to it, but I can't play the music because we'll get banned because it's AEW. So I don't want to get the copyright police's underwear in a bunch. But essentially on Sunday, AEW did their biggest pay-per-view of the year. It was All In. It was in London. It was over 50,000 people at Wembley Stadium. It was a big deal. In one of the biggest matches, Will Ospreay had an entire All Elite Wrestling, for clarification, Hex.
Okay.
Yeah. Different wrestling company from WWE. In the biggest stars is Will Ospreay. He's from England. It was his hometown. Big deal, right? He had an entire entrance. So it's coming from Isaiah Colbert. Will Ospreay's AEW All-In entrance was infused with Assassin's Creed shadows and narrated by Ezio himself. So the article says, having Ezio cut a promo on your behalf goes a long way. It's no secret that today's wrestlers, whether from AEW or WWE, are massive gamers. Nevertheless, that doesn't stop the phenomenon of witnessing superstars like AEW's Will Ospreay displaying his affinity for Assassin's Creed with a thematic entrance at yesterday's All-In pay-per-view. I'm going to screen share it, and I'm going to keep the entrance small instead of making it the whole screen, and I'm going to mute it so you can kind of get the idea of what we're looking at.
Look at World of Warcraft listening to you.
How do I pronounce it? AEW is kind of hit or miss sometimes, Donna. You're absolutely right. Al's very quick, just outright. Fuck Tony Khan.
Same. I feel exactly the same as Al does in all of this. And that is my statement.
See?
That I've made.
Ezio. Oh, there you have it. So there you have it. What do you think about like major crossover like that? When a video game and any mainstream media, not just wrestling, but football or basketball or fucking, fly fishing, I guess, if they were to do it. But you see it in a lot of big mainstream medias where people adapt, like what's his name? Russell Westbrook in the NBA. He did a whole thing with Naruto where like he had a whole cosplay that was based around it. Like, what do you think about these like multimedia crossovers? Sergeant Slaughter and G.I. Joe is an obvious one. Yes, Quan, for sure.
So are you saying like Fortnite? Is that not like the biggest? Is it a crossover or is it?
No, that is the epitome of one right now. Agreed, Donna. Has to be tasteful. Once it gets to that point of making you a parody or a caricature of yourself, that's when I have a problem with it. Hex, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I agree with Donna. Like, it has to be tasteful and like. I'm not one to be super like because the thing with a crossover that I don't love is that you're banking on someone liking your game enough and someone liking this other thing enough to want to see said crossover. It's like with Fortnite, it's different because it's just the skin, which is cool. But when it's like a crossover, that's deeper than that, like all of a sudden there's this character in the game that's like I guess to say like Hello Kitty and Yu-Gi-Oh is okay. I agree. I don't know. Oh, you haven't bought a Happy Meal probably recently, but the Happy Meals are your Hello Kitty and Yu-Gi-Oh crossover right now, and it's amazing. But like Kingdom Hearts is a crossover, and it's like
that's Final Fantasy for Disney adults.
Yeah, but it's like okay, this is okay. Because we, the character, are entering their world. They're not entering our world.
Apparently, Al got a Hello Kitty Happy Meal for lunch today.
It's so cute. I'm like I might actually go take my son to get another Happy Meal, even though he just had one yesterday. Like I want all the toys. But yeah, I think that crossovers can be dangerous. I'm not always into it, but what about you? Yeah, he rants like a lot.
I remember here, I've heard one of his Kingdom Hearts rants when we were playing Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. I'm a victim. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a victim.
I am.
Have you been victimized by Quan in one of his rants? Call this number.
Literally.
The Travis Scott McDonald deal. I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see, this is a kind of a sideways tangent. So Hello Kitty originated in Japan, and then there was a company that bought it out that's based out of London, okay? They have a new CEO and chief content officer, so a new CCO. And the new CCO who came out forward and said that Hello Kitty isn't a cat at all. It's a little girl.
I remember seeing that, and I was like...
Who pretends to be, who cosplays as a cat, I guess?
No, but because then does her whole family cosplay as cats? Because she's got a dad, a mom, and a sister. So
well, the whole thing is weird because I was like, isn't it canonical that she's a fucking cat? Like,
and her boyfriend is also like cosplaying as a cat. Like, I'm very confused.
No, that's what I said. That's why I was like, this is what happens. Like, this is what happens when the Brits go to Asia. Is like, like, what else can I fucking say there? So a furry, yes, Donna. Exactly what this British lady was describing is that they're furries now.
No,
oh, the cops. You hear that?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. They're like right there.
Oh, is everything okay?
I'm fine.
Okay,
Hello
good.
Kitty is a cat. That chick was ill-informed. That's what I thought as well. I went to the website and I went to the Wikipedia and everything, and it said like portrayed by a young female feline or whatever. Like,
because if that's the case, you don't get to just say that and then not show us what she actually looks like. You know,
take the goddamn furry
she's not
suit
in just a fursuit. Are you telling me Hello Kitty's about to take off her head and be like a little like No.
Have you ever interacted with a real furry?
I've never seen anybody in a fursuit, but I did have like this girl in high school that used to wear a tail.
Okay.
And that was always my issue growing up. Like, as someone who's into anime, I would not bring it up a lot because I'm like, listen, I'm not like these other antisocial, socially awkward people.
The reason why I ask is because usually everybody, Matt Pat needs to explain the lore to them. The reason why is because everybody who's never seen one in person, the first time you see one in person for the first time, it's usually a story involved with it. Like for me, for instance, I was a young chef.
Like your first like edible, like that type of stuff.
It's kind of that story. Okay. So I was a young chef. It was my first exec gig. I was like 24 years old, like young. So this is like 15 years ago. And I'm at a BEO meeting, which is like a banquet event order. We're going through the big list. This is what's coming for this week. And then they were like, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the whole spot and hotel, all the venue space, everything is booked for MTAC. And I was like, what the fuck is MTAC? And they were like, the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. And I was like, oh, okay, so what's that entail? And they were like, well, we do like concession stands for the weekend and stuff. So I'm like going through it and I'm looking, I'm like, this sounds dope as shit. They were like, once your shift is done, you can go sit on any of the panels and listen if there's anything you're interested. There were like people from Bethesda there and shit. Like all of it. All right.
Cats.
She's a cat. A fucking cat. But like, I'm like, all right, cool. So I do all of my shit for the day. Friday seems normal because everybody's checking in. My shift ends a little bit after supper time. So I'm checking with my staff, making sure everything's good for the night. And I'm like, fuck it. I'll go check out like the Bethesda panel or everything. So I take my coat off and I walk out into the lobby. I was not warned. 28-year-old Will was not prepared for a convention like this. Yeah. Like when I say full blown furries, Hex, I mean people walking around on fucking stilts like they were werewolves.
Yeah.
Like people in like 12-foot costumes and stuff. So very young Will was like, oh shit, this is like real.
For real.
A little bit older, I understand
really like
what was happening that weekend. And apparently a small subsect of Middle Tennessee Anime Convention makes it a furry convention. And I won't give you guys the gory details as the sun is still up. But the cleaning fees for that weekend were galore. The rooms were not sanitary. We've got a bunch of Nintendo stuff to tell me. I want to know. I'll tell you after we get off. We'll play some Minecraft or something later. We got to get Quan on RuneScape.
He would hate it, I think.
This is Super Mario Eclipse. This came out yesterday, I guess, a trailer. Hold on. Let me see what this is. You look into it?
Mario Eclipse.
I didn't realize it was when I was getting all the Nintendo Direct stuff. This was like right out there at the top of it. I'm playing the new RuneScape 3, where it's the RuneScape 1 and then 2, and then all of it put together with all the extra DLC and shit. Like the new one's kind of dope. It's got everything in nice one tidy, neat location. Even to the point where the quest list will tell you what year the quest came into the game and stuff, which is dope. Quan says he's played RuneScape before. See?
Yeah, but I just don't know if he'd be into it today. You know, we've all played games. You're not playing WoW, are you?
No, I quit playing WoW. Rise of the Lich King, yeah. Lich King. I'll re-download it. See? He got it. I've been building that stupid fort for the last 24 hours to get my experience for it. That's 100% all I'm doing is just using it to equipment, to experience mine. and farm. All right, this is it. How do you feel about? How do you mod
Super Mario Sunshine is that was like one of the only Mario games I played, and it was fucking hard. How do you mod Mario?
How would you mod a Switch game, or is this going to be like a PC thing for like an emulator or something?
Yeah, because you can't get
unless you had a dev system for the Switch. Like, how would you mod a Switch game? And even then, having Steven Kwan's with me, he's assuming PC.
The craziest thing is that I was recently sent a Switch like game modder to play around with. So it would only be, but that being said, it was sent to me on PC. So it would have to be on PC that you're playing this one.
I saw a guy who converted a Raspberry Pi to read the micro SD card size that a Switch game is. So it would read it to where you could put it on your computer using a USB-C, and then you would put the Switch game into it, and it would pull up the code for you. So he was able to.
What level of like virginity do you feel like this guy might be like?
It's called Homebrewed for modding. See, AJ knows about it for modding his Switch. He knows what's up. I saw somebody run a Doom on a pregnancy test. That's wild to me. I recently saw a guy on Minecraft with a redstone build that built a computer inside of Minecraft that could run Minecraft.
Wow.
Yeah. So negative virginity.
Wait. The computer is on my. I saw that they built the computer in Minecraft, and then I saw that, and I was like, I can barely build
turbo
like.
virgin.
I could barely build. What was it that I was trying to build? Like a fucking. I could barely build it so that all the lights are on at the same time in Minecraft. Like, yeah.
I saw a video the other day how to build a trap door for
or trap any of the redstone shit. I'm like,
well, I was gonna build
my like sugarcane pusher. I'm like, okay, is it working?
I saw one that was cool where you do the sugarcane push and it fills your furnaces, so you don't ever have to put coal or iron in it because you can burn. Or it's not sugarcane; it's bamboo. But you can burn bamboo. And it pushes it out, so it constantly fills your furnaces up for you. And I was like, that's genius.
Yeah, it's super confusing.
We've got like 10 minutes left. Let's just forget the rest of the articles and pound through the last of these trailers.
Pound through them.
Just pound it. First one, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Mario from Nintendo Direct. This came out 8 hours ago. It has 2 million views. Almost 2 million views.
So he said Keanu did good. That's all I got from him.
I know it hasn't always been easy.
You remember the first one? How fucking mad the fans got about it?
Oh yeah, it was like a.
That's wild if somebody's mining Bitcoin in Minecraft.
There's been a high-level security breach.
I had a roommate in college named Shaggy who got into Bitcoin mining for a little bit.
We need Team Sonic.
I will say, despite, like everybody was bitching at Sonic, and I think that's probably one of the first times that devs and like producers were like, okay,
where you found family and friends.
Let's listen to our fans here. Let's listen to the fans because this is what it is. It's for them, and they changed it. His teeth aren't weird. He's not bizarre.
He looks like Sonic. That looks like Tails.
And the voice acting is pure. Like, I'm a big Idris Elba fan. Him as Knuckles made me feel weird.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
Do you know what an echidna is?
We don't want to fight you.
What is that?
I would like to
sort of like a. It's like a. The way I would describe it's like a kangaroo mixed with a hedgehog, and only that because they're fucking weird.
You just said a kangaroo mixed with a hedgehog. That's pretty fucking weird. There, Hex.
Like they have like, you know how kangaroos hold their little babies in their pouches. That's really what I mean.
They're marsupials, yes.
They're like little anteaters.
Weird. I get it. Echidna.
We need who.
Look, see, that's why I like you, Quan. You're here to
When has that ever stopped me?
You're like my hooked on phonics.
I say echidna. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Echidna?
There's no.
I thought it
N.
was echidna. I didn't think there was an N.
This is
There's an N at
echidna.
the end, but
Even
not
for you.
before.
We need your
Knuckles the echidna.
On one condition.
Echidna.
What? Do this!
Echidna.
If I
Yeah,
can't rule
echidna.
the world,
Knuckles the
I might
echidna.
as well save it.
They have 4 penis heads. Look it up.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't have the proper materials.
They have sharks also have 2 wieners.
Let me give you started on dolphins.
There won't be
Dolphins are vicious, dude. Dolphins have no souls.
What did you do? What I had to.
Oh, maybe he's saying that you said. Sorry, I don't want to like. I haven't heard Keanu once. Was it good? Did anybody catch it?
my boy. It's impossible. Is it? It couldn't be. Couldn't it? Are you? In the saggy flesh.
In the shaggy flesh. Jim Carrey is so good.
Sweet. I like Jim Carrey. He wears a tinfoil hat like me.
Yeah.
He's real big into that. That's why he retired from acting for a long time. This is the SpongeBob SquarePants Patrick Starfish trailer. They announced this today as well. Look it up.
What a beautiful day in Bikini Bottom. No storms or other natural disasters in sight. There's nothing and no one its happy citizens should worry about.
Good morning.
Well, maybe there is someone.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, let's go. Excuse me, coming through.
Wow! Awesome job!
Sorry,
This kind of looks amazing.
Do you like SpongeBob?
I don't really like SpongeBob, but like, this looks fun.
Okay. I'll take it.
It's a platformer where you get to wreck shit.
What are you doing, lad?
Why is he squirting mustard everywhere?
Oh, for me?
Looks better than Maggie Gyllenhaal.
God damn.
I guess it's the first game all day where I've been like, yeah, I totally think I would play this one. And everybody else is like, fuck this.
Literally.
All right. Terminator Zero, Civilization, and Marvel. That's what we have left. Which one do you want to watch first?
Marvel, then Terminator, then Civ.
All right, this is the new Marvel versus Capcom trailer that dropped today as well from Nintendo Direct. So Marvel, then Terminator, then Civ?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever played any of these?
Oh, yeah.
Quan, you hate Sparkling Zero, though. That's not a fair assessment. Children of the Atom. Yes, it is. It's one of my favorite.
Like, do you like Marvel versus Capcom?
I do.
Who's like your main?
Wolverine is always my main most of the time. He was always my favorite character, like period across the board. If I were to pick a Capcom character in the later versions, I liked Mega Man, but they kind of nerfed his powers the longer he was in the game because he's a lot like young Link in Smash Brothers, where pretty much every move he had could be a KO with the right combo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Young Link is that way. With the right combo, you can hit it, and then you do the down C thrust attack, and you can knock everybody off the map with it. And they actually made that move illegal in Smash Brothers tournaments.
Yeah. I enjoy Morgan. I enjoy Rogue, and I like the Wukong girl. What's her name? Taekwondo. I forget her name right now.
Punisher would be cool. Okay, so it's every game in one. That's kind of dope, though. And all
there's a lot of those that. I like Sun, but like, there's a lot of those on the Switch. I have one that plays these similar games like Street Fighter and shit. So
Magneto was one of those guys as well that was just wildly powerful. Like once you got his attack combos down, like it's awesome. I played a lot of that Marvel vs. Capcom, and I played Tekken.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm yet again triggered. Isn't that crazy? You're like, Bridget, how can you be triggered again?
This is how it works. See, there's Mega Man.
I don't want to hear anything about Tekken ever again.
Deal.
And I like Tekken.
Eddie was my favorite. That's it. Last of the Tekken.
Oh my goodness.
I went on a tangent about Tekken.
Literally. This is so long.
It's so weird. Does it ever feel like you're having the same conversation twice?
Mm-hmm. Or I'm listening to the same thing twice. Not necessarily a conversation.
The rant from just the same rant from a different perspective.
Yes.
Civ 7, also from Nintendo Direct, also dropped earlier today.
I don't want Civ on my Switch.
I'll be playing Civ 7 on my PC. Like I want to be able to see what it can do.
Ports to Switch don't usually work well.
Civilization 7. Rule as one of many legendary historical.
If I wanted to play Civ on my Switch, I would assume I would be playing Civ Revolution.
Either that or on your Steam Deck. You know.
Is that still a thing?
Oh yeah. I want one so bad. Can you get me one?
No.
Oh. Or cooperate with rival civilizations.
Taekwondo, get me a Steam Deck.
I will trade you graphic design work in lieu of paying you. We can buy you a Steam Deck, maybe.
Sure. I'll go visit Taekwondo for a Steam Deck.
Wow.
I really would. This is a test.
The driver. Sold. I'll do it.
Launches on the Nintendo Switch system February 11th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo.
All right, Civ is done. We're over the hour mark. Do you want to watch? It's about 2 minutes long. Terminator 0.
Oh yeah, sure.
You got time for it? Okay, we'll watch this and then we'll plug and go to the house. We'll be done for the night.
Go to the house. Yeah, let's go to the house.
And by that I mean like log off our computers and like walk back into the other room. Like
I was like, yeah. This is more likely the way I will consume Terminator. But I love Netflix animation, so I guess I just kind of hate how they outsource it sometimes.
Define outsourcing and animation so I understand, because when I say that, that means something totally different, I think.
So, like, have you seen Castlevania?
Yes. I've seen highlights and, like, stuff like
the
that.
The animated one, yeah. Like, they make that in Korea. And I'm like, well, they could just make it here, you know? Or even in Hitmonkey.
I need to stop Judgment Day.
They will outsource for cheaper. Sort of like, you know, denim and how there's like child slaves making fucking jeans, but they're not like slaves or anything. It's just like it's cheaper.
No, I get it.
Yeah. He's gonna buy it on layaway. Do they still do that?
Yes, you can still do that places. Walmart still does it around Christmas time. They'll start doing it probably in the next month or so.
I am hell-bent on getting my Christmas shopping done by the end of November.
I don't do those things.
You don't buy Christmas presents?
Oh, I buy Christmas presents, yes. For Al. Al buys Christmas presents for everyone that we're responsible for buying Christmas presents for.
No, that's just like the female's job, apparently. Same. And birthday ones too. It's like, oh, did you know that your niece's birthday? Oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
Guess I'll handle it. Fuck.
No, it's definitely that's 100% the case. Well, the good news is we did it. We finished. Easy hour, always. Plug yourself live on air. Tell everybody what's new and exciting.
Nothing new or exciting, but if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter and OnlyFans at its_ppower, and then on Instagram at its.ppower. So thank you. Please do that if you haven't already, or else I will find you and throw a pencil at you. So yeah.
We made it all the way through the show before they started barking, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
Follow us anywhere you do anything on the internet. Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio. If you Google The Will Gray, it's P-Power, Just a Girl 918, Jaxo 2020, or The Will Gray, you'll find us. Discord link and merch links, both in the bio. But the Amazon Prime is important. If you have Amazon Prime, you have a free Prime gaming subscription. Give that to us. Create Your World, Elite Showcase. Any and all of my friends. Jeff Bezos has too much money.
But just give it to us, though.
Ignore the door. It's a kid selling shit. That's what's ruining my outro right now, is a kid peddling their fucking wares on my front porch.
No, but if it's a Boy Scout with the popcorn, then go down there and get it.
No, I will smash some Girl Scout cookies.
Literally?
Uh-huh. Someone rang the doorbell. They can walk the fuck away. I won't even answer the fucking door if it's a cop. If it's a cop and you've got a reason to talk to me, let yourself in.
I kind of feel like if it was a cop, you would work hardest not to. But anyway.
No, different conversation, different day. Hex, that's it. Thank you for Tuesday. As always, anything for the class?
Nope. That's it.
I'm glad you added cookies at the end of that. Girl Scout cookies, of course, Quan. What the fuck do you think, you pervert?
He's fucking crazy.
You always try to set a trap for me. Neither here nor there. For everybody's favorite local swamp hag, Bridget, I'm the Will Gray. Thanks for stopping by and listening, my people.
Thank you. Bye.